It's time for the show that brings the magic right to your speakers. Ears up!
Hey, everybody, welcome. Another episode of Ears Up. And today is a Beverly show. And I'm very excited about that because Beverly always has something nice to say.
Oh,
Right,
it's
Bev?
always so nice.
The most positive show we've got.
That's true. You know, I was talking to Jeremy on In Depth the other day, and I was telling him about the show because it's about stuff that Disneyland's getting wrong, and you have some ideas on how they could change things. And I go, yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be weird because Bev is usually the positive one for the most part, right? But now that Terrence is gone, you're the positive one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Those are
I know.
big shoes to fill because
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe Bev that way. If I were just
I'm
on our podcast, I don't think that's what I would say.
I like to be like the what's it called where you try to make excuses for people?
An apologist?
No, not that.
Not that
That's
far.
that's not that far. Like silver linings. Like I'm trying.
Oh, okay.
I try to see like, well, maybe it's because of this. Like maybe everything sucks because of this. That's what I try to do.
Yeah.
Like
To me,
I agree that it totally sucks, but
To me, that's
maybe it's
positive.
because of this.
Yeah. To me, that's being positive.
Oh.
Yeah. So there you go. Thank you for proving my point.
Okay, well, you're welcome.
But anyway, today we're going to be talking about the title I have. This is very funny, especially because from the last In Depth. But I put the title of the show is 5 Things Disneyland is Getting Wrong and How They Can Fix Them.
God, that sounds like the most clickbait
I know.
Oh, we're going to get so many
thing
clicks?
ever.
Yeah, we're going to get so many clicks,
If
dude.
everyone else is going to do clickbait, we should do clickbait.
Well, because I was talking about that provost guy who is getting a lot of attention because he made a video saying that there's a mystery on Tom Sawyer's Island that he solved it, and it's we talked about it last year, and it's been on the internet for over 5 years. And he's always the one who does that. He goes 5 things. So I was writing that. I'm like, oh man, how the mighty have fallen.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah.
I just
That guy sucks.
handed that.
Because I did that show already.
Yeah,
I
I know.
already solved that problem.
We talked about it on In Depth. So if you want hear Jeremy and I go off on it, you definitely can. I would release that one. I was like, ooh, I don't know. Maybe we'll finally get some attention.
I paid attention to it. I
Thanks,
saw the
man.
title and said, okay, that one's next.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, there
Yeah.
you go. Before we get over to Bev, though, you can go to social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Twitter, not really so much, I guess. I don't know. I don't really like Twitter, I guess. I don't like Disney Twitter. Maybe it's because I don't follow enough people, and I'm not on there, so the algorithm doesn't know what to feed me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of, I don't know, nothing.
It's just Jeremy.
Some of it's Jeremy.
Jeremy's
yeah.
all over Twitter still.
That's true. Yeah, it's absolutely true. If you guys are planning on going to the parks, I really hope that you are going to book with Concierge. You can go to concierge.com right now and learn about all the cool services that they can offer you that Disneyland won't, and it's no extra charge on your ticket. They charge you just exactly what the parks are going to charge you to get in. You're already paying it anyway. You might as well get a little bit of extra help on the back end as far as booking reservations and making sense of the weird reservation system and the ticketing system and Genie Plus and Lightning Lane and whatever weird thing they're going to come up with, whatever weirdness Iger's going to do. Concierge will understand it and help you through and have a magical time with your Storyland dream life or something like that.
Give us a couple days to figure it out whenever they roll something out. But yeah,
No, you should know immediately, if not sooner.
we try to stay on top of things. You should see our chat.
But the fact that you can and do figure it out is something.
It's impressive.
Yeah,
It's a team effort for sure. We've got everybody on top of it.
Nice.
very good. Taryn, before we talk to Bev, I want to talk to you about Dreamlight Valley.
Oh, sure.
You have so
I'm a gamer.
Yeah, I bought.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, Taryn is a professional gamer now, folks.
Totally.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I bought this, Bev. It's like Animal Crossing on the Switch. You know, it's like Animal Crossing, sort of, kinda, but with Disney Disneyland stuff, like Disney stuff.
Okay.
Like Disney characters, and it's this whole thing, and you whatever. And I bought it for Alice, sort of to like play because she likes Animal Crossing, but she has no idea what she's actually really doing. She's just like motoring around the thing and buying stuff and then moving stuff around in our houses. And you're like, what are you doing? But I bought Dreamlight Valley. I didn't really feel it. I wasn't vibing with it. So Taryn has taken one for the team and decided to play this game. And I think she's broken our Switch in half at least twice.
No.
No, I'm kidding. No, but how is it? I do want people to get sort of an unbiased opinion on it, because I'll just tell people it's not really worth your time. It's too much for me, and I'm an expert gamer.
Yeah, so it's funny because we had a listener of the show from way back in the day, Pink Bunny. She actually messaged me and asked how I liked it, because we're friends on the Switch or whatever, so she can see when I'm playing, and I've been playing it a lot. And she asked how it differed from, or if it was better or worse than Animal Crossing, because they are a very similar game type. And I told her that, I mean, granted, I haven't played Animal Crossing in like 2 years, but I actually do like Dreamlight Valley better. I think, you know, for any kind of Disney nerd, it's got cool things. You know, the characters are cool. It starts out with like the main characters, you know, Donald, Goofy, Mickey,
Merlin.
Minnie's not. Yeah, I know. But it's magic, right?
Yeah, sure.
The whole thing revolves around magic. And, and the whole point is that like you're in this land and something's happened and everybody's forgotten their memories. So no one, it used to be this magical, wonderful place, but now there's like these vines that you have to get rid of, and you have to try and bring back these memories by doing all these different things. And one of the problems with it is that it gets a little samey. It's like you have to become friends with a person, and then, or like a character, and then, are you hearing the echo and it's bothering you a lot?
But continue, please.
Let me just make sure everything is muted here, which it's not.
Wasn't the echo of the room? It was just, I was hearing your voice over the feed somehow.
Yeah, well, it wasn't muted. My computer wasn't muted, so that may have been it. Where was I?
We just started the show.
Yes, thank you.
So Taryn has been playing.
No, samey. I think it gets samey.
Yes, so it does get samey a little bit, but because you kind of you have to befriend all the characters to a certain level before you can do like their quests or whatever. And that's pretty standard on games, but sometimes I would get into this rut where I'm like, I have nothing to do. So all I have to do is go and make friends with people. Like, to me, that's very annoying.
Yeah.
It says a lot about my personality, but
well, it would be different, I think, if the conversations didn't have multiple choices and the conversation's like 5 minutes long. You're like, dude, I don't just let's go.
Part of that is how much you you're right. The multiple choices are you get to, as a character, basically you can be a jerk or you can be a nice guy. And I think, and I don't know this for sure, but I think when, like, say I'm talking to Mickey, if I respond to Mickey in the positive way, I think I get more points with him. If I respond in like a snotty way, I still get points, but it's slower. So you can kind of play the game however you want.
Well, behavior modifications. That's cool. This is MK Ultra, but in video game form.
But with Scar, you don't want to answer super positively. You want to like answer the way that you think he would want you to answer.
Okay, role playing, got it.
It's kind of like that. I like it. I think it's cool. It's like I said, it's a little bit samey, but honestly, like I've gotten a lot of hours of just sitting on the couch playing it for no reason, and I kind of like it. I kind of like how it's going, and so you start opening up new lands. So like there's a frozen land that you have to open, and then you go back into the big giant castle, and you get to go and find other characters that are in there. And I think like I went and found Wally. And you do a little thing with Wally, and then you bring him to the island, or it's not an island, but it's like a thing. It's like a place.
All right.
It's a magical place. I don't know. It's cool. Honestly, I would recommend it if you liked, what's it called?
Animal Crossing?
Animal Crossing. If you liked Animal Crossing and you like Disney, you will like this. You will like it enough to play it and not feel like you wasted your money.
Okay. Speaking as someone who wore out his Steam Deck's batteries last night playing the game.
Okay.
I agree with a lot of that. The thing that charmed me at first was it's all my friends.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get out of
look, it's
town.
Mickey Mouse. I'm talking to Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
And
look,
got
it's a
good
Disney
music.
adult,
Yeah,
everybody.
it was totally one of those moments. I was lost in my child brain.
Hmm.
It was fine. But yeah, I've been playing. I haven't gotten that far yet. I've only played it a few times, but last night it really hooked me, and I'm like, I got to make a meal for Maui. I got to make a dinner.
That's the thing is like you get on these little things where like you have to do all this stuff and like it does kind of like it's this weird like gaming adrenaline where like you can't put it down. And then my little Switch is like console battery low, and I'm like I can't right now. I
A
can't.
little bit of smoke coming out the top.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I really don't like about the game is Donald Duck. He is such a little brat, and all he does is throw temper tantrums, literally on the ground, whining. That's all he does.
I mean, that's all he does. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it's just annoying.
Yeah. He's an annoying guy.
But it's a good game.
Okay.
I would recommend it.
Very good. Sounds good. I probably will never play it again.
No.
I just couldn't deal with it. Couldn't hack it. Not my
There's
thing.
a lot of reading. It is, and the writing is very tiny. Well, on the Switch at least it is.
Yeah.
I could imagine. Yeah.
It's there's a lot to read. Half of playing the game is reading. So
I don't like it.
yeah, that's not your style
No.
at all.
Give me the game.
I got used to it.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Tell you what, let me snipe at Mickey. I'll play that game.
Oh, jeez.
I will play that game. Let me lure Scar into a trap with bait and close a gate behind him and bring him to a circuit. That's my game. But talking to him, I don't want to do that.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Our friends at the 21st Amendment Brewery welcomed the warmer weather with the release of their brand new hoppy Pilsner, Coaster Pills. With a label that depicts a magical portal into an amusement park of flavors, Coaster Pills has a good time around every turn. Coaster Pills is wonderfully clear and bright with a beautiful straw color and tight white bubbles. It has a snappy flavor with crisp lines and wonderful citrus, tropical, hoppy flavors and aromas. Plus, at 5.4% ABV, it'll help you coast right through your day like only the 21st Amendment can. Coaster Pills, as well as their summertime favorite Hell or High Watermelon Wheat, are available wherever you find great craft beer. That's right. That's correct. I did forget to mention that, of course, the Discord is up. So if you guys want to be a part of our little Discord community, please do pop on by. The link is always in the bottom of the show notes on the website, or I believe on YouTube actually as well. And I think within the posting of the show. So that's fun. So a bunch of ways you can get it. And the other night, everybody had the Discord happy hour led by Taryn and Mr. P. I joined a little bit later, but everyone was thoroughly sauced by the time I joined. It seemed like it was a good time. So I think they're going to be doing more of that kind of stuff.
It was fun. It was fun. I meant to have it just be an hour, and as per usual, it was about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, the huge dude.
But it was fun. It was a good time. I loved how it was like people started joining, and like I didn't know them, but then I was like, wait, you're from the chat, and so then we would talk, and like it was just cool. It was getting to know people. It was nice.
Awesome. So yeah, no, check that out. I'm sure they'll do another one at some point. All right, Bev.
All right.
Let's start talking about your most recent trip to Disneyland, because you have some issues, and I imagine that these issues have been building up for a little bit.
Yeah, so it's not, these aren't just from this past trip. These are things that I've taken note of for a while.
Yeah.
Preface, this is going to be pretty negative. I mean, it's going to be negative. I'm literally just going to be pointing out 5 things that suck.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to come up with an idea to possibly improve the situation that I think is trash.
Okay.
And this
I
is
think
also
that's
very
fair.
personal. This is my opinion. My opinions are not shared by everybody on the show.
Yeah, because I think everything's perfect.
Yeah, but they probably are.
Yeah. I haven't been in 3 years, so I think it's great. Everything. I don't have a problem with Disneyland right now. Yeah.
Only
Okay.
Eric won't agree.
Well, and that's okay. I would love to have Eric's opinion on things too.
Okay.
I'm going to start.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start with an
you
easy
got?
one, like a kind of a gimme.
Okay.
Genie Plus.
Sure. Yeah.
I think the whole lightning lane system just sort of needs to be revamped. I think suddenly charging a premium on something that used to be free and then recently having the audacity to increase that cost is insane.
It's a baller move right there.
It really is. It really, really is.
Yeah.
And I get why they're doing it because people will pay, but my suggestion is obviously now that they know people will pay. I'm sorry, I have to put on some glasses because even at font 21, I'm struggling.
Look at the nerd, everybody.
Sexy. Oh, these are so dirty too. So obviously they've come to the conclusion that people will pay. So why would they take it away? So my suggestion to fix this system would be a hybrid of the two systems. The former free fast pass and the current lightning lane, which would be every ticket, every reservation gets 3 free passes that you would get on your phone, just the same way you would a lightning lane. You get to decide what ride you get to use them on. But once you've used them, you have the opportunity to purchase Genie Plus or whatever they want to call it if they change it. But the Genie Plus that you would buy would be something more akin to the defunct Max Pass, which would enable you to have more than one lightning lane pass or fast pass at a time, which you're not able to do right now.
Okay.
And it would also still include the photo pass. So you get the 3 free. Here's a sample. Here's a touch.
All right.
If you like it, great, use it. If you don't buy it, whatever. But I think that something that was offered free before and now is not is kind of a little gross.
I agree.
This is my solution.
Yeah.
I think that's a great solution. Honestly, like my biggest problem with that whole system is that there is both a lightning lane and a Genie Plus.
And a regular Genie.
Yeah,
It
so
doesn't
like
do much.
I think
Really?
yeah, what is the regular Genie? It's supposed to map out your day for you or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never done that.
You should. Next time you do it, next time you go, I want you to do it. Plan your whole day on that.
Well, I'm not going again for a long time.
Okay.
I don't have any. My pass is expired and I did not renew.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Oh, I think it's gonna last.
I'd say I'll do it on my next trip in 2 weeks, but I don't know. I'm hanging out with Terrence, so
Yeah, no, you're not
maybe
going
just
to.
have fun.
You're just gonna be basking in chaos. You're gonna have the best. You're gonna have the best time with just chaos at all times. But you're gonna love it.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Nice.
Number 2 are the food options before 11 a.m. in Disney California Adventure
Oh, interesting.
because they don't exist.
Hmm.
But the park opens at 8. Okay, they kind of exist because you can go to the churro cart
Sure.
or
Well,
you
yeah.
can go to
Well, there you
Pim's-
go. What more do you want?
You
You want more churro carts?
sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So your options are the churro cart,
Yeah.
Pim's Test Kitchen. I
Okay.
think for some reason you can get a turkey leg at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, nice. See, that's where that's all
Start
you
your
that's
day
all
off
you
with
need,
protein.
man. Yeah. Start your day off with the full amount of sodium that you
And-
need for the entire day.
And shawarma. You can get some weird
Beauty.
impossible meat breakfast shawarma.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Is it only just impossible meat as the
Yes.
option?
That is
Really?
your one option. It's
I
like
know,
I don't
impossible.
like
those are
that.
the only breakfast things.
I don't like that. That's stupid.
Impossage. Like it's impossible sausage.
I
They
do
have a
miss
whole
Flo's.
Flo's
Yeah,
doesn't do
it's-
breakfast?
Not anymore.
I loved Flo's breakfast. I mean, it wasn't that good, but it was just a nice atmosphere.
It was definitely mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Denny's.
So I would say that this is an easy solution. Just open the food court earlier. But with staffing the way it is, I don't know if that's a possibility.
Yeah.
What I will say, I don't really have a solution for this. I know that they need to have more options because
Sure.
we got there like rope drop first thing in the morning and I was like, I need more than a cup of coffee and a churro right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're starting your day in DCA, you better plan.
Well, that's exactly what I wrote here. So what I'm going to say is if you're going to start your day in DCA and your body is the type of body where you need a breakfast, you need a good breakfast, eat first before you go in there or you're going to be just eating a turkey leg at 9:30.
That's how hungry you are. I need to devolve for a
I
second.
need something.
That way I can club the nearest person next to me if I have to.
It's so weird too because Disneyland has several options for breakfast.
Yeah.
Right. And I wonder, so I did when I was researching this, because I was like, what am I right? Was there nothing? But there was nothing other than they have breakfast restaurants, but they're like the character restaurants and like the dining in the hotels and things like that. And that's not really feasible
Right.
Yeah.
for everybody.
Because you're looking, I think most people are kind of looking for a breakfast on the go. Like you wanted to get
Sure.
into the park at 8, and so that means you didn't eat breakfast yet. So like, where's my breakfast that I can eat before I go get in line somewhere?
Yeah,
And I
grab a
don't
Rancho
mind-
wrap and keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, even where would you go? So Flo's doesn't do breakfast anymore. That's weird. I guess Cozy Cone maybe could have something. The food court on Pacific Wharf or whatever it is now, that can't be breakfast stuff. Maybe that restaurant way at the end of Paradise Pier or Pixar Pier now or whatever it is. Maybe they could have something, but like just kind of not. I
It
guess
just
smoke
se-
jumpers, huh? Yeah.
It just seems like, I mean, all the little like kiosks where you can get like, the pickle in the bag and the pineapple, like those are open. So there are, I don't want to say there's nothing to eat. There are options to eat, but it seems like the real food options don't start until the alcohol starts flowing in that park.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I guess which sort of makes sense, but I mean, not everybody apparently wants a pickle and a churro in the morning.
Right. And like
Who would have thought? I wouldn't.
I don't want a pickle ever.
Yeah. Well,
Zocalo, what is it?
DCA.
No, Zocalo. What's that restaurant called?
Rancho.
Rancho de Socala.
So Rancho has breakfast,
Yep.
and then it has regular like lunch, dinner food. So why can't the Mexican place in DCA do the same thing?
Because
know?
it's basically the same menu. It's basically the
Right.
same things. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's that hard to do.
It seems weird. It seems like a choice, and I don't know why. I mean,
Well, I think Bev may have hit it on the head. Is that it's the staffing?
just crowd.
Yeah, I wonder what it was like before COVID, before the closure, before all of
Before the
that.
closure.
I can't. I don't think I ever went to DCA that early, so I don't
As I
know.
recall, it was really just Flo's. I don't remember eating, other than eating a churro, literally.
true.
I don't remember eating any other breakfast there.
So
Yeah.
actually, there's a place. I left this one out, and I just remembered it. There's a place right across from the Little Mermaid. They have a coffee cart, the Joffrey's Coffee.
Yeah.
They sell mediocre breakfast burritos
Okay.
in the morning.
Okay.
I'd like to correct you. Brian in the chat says it is a bomb breakfast burrito.
Oh man.
There's a bomb involved, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
It's in the sewer system a few hours later.
He also
It's
says that
Catch my
Rancho
drift.
doesn't do breakfast anymore.
yeah, when you said that, I was like, I don't
Interesting.
remember that.
Yeah. Oh, look, Terrence is in the chat. Whoa. Too good to jump on a microphone, but that's all right. It's fine.
I think all of his recording equipment is here at my house.
Yeah, well, it's not like he can't just walk across the street. I don't know. I just always
no.
picture in my head that you guys live across the street from one another.
We actually could not live farther away from each other.
I mean, you could.
Well, we
know what I
could.
mean? Yeah. Okay, so get more food in DCA in the morning from
Yeah.
Hungry Bev.
Well,
Yeah.
and just a couple options. There's just not. Yeah. Okay. So ride 3. This one is very complainy. So
Oh,
I'm just
good.
gonna preface that with this is me. I'm gonna complain for the next. This is the most typing I did. I have a lot to say about this.
All right, let's go. I can't wait.
So what I'm talking about here is rides going down. Bear with
Okay.
me. I know rides go down all the time. And there's nothing that can be done about it. Sometimes they break. That's fine. I understand that. But this past year I've been to Disneyland. I think I took 5 trips, which is absurd.
Yeah.
So 5 trips of about 4 to 5 days each time. I've noticed that daily, several rides go down at the same time. For example, when I typed this out, I checked the wait list times, and it was in the middle of the day, like earlier this week. Dumbo, Radiator Springs, Indy, Goofy, and Rise were all down.
Wow.
It's a good thing no one goes on those.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's my point. On my last trip, we got there for rope drop every day. The first morning, we went to Rise. We stood in line for 5 minutes, and then a cast member came through and was like, ride's broken. It hadn't even turned on. What do you mean the ride's broken? Second morning, Indy. There was a line of cast members just standing out in front of it. Ride's broken. It's 8:02. What are you talking about?
Wow.
Yeah. A different time in DCA Midway, the Incredicoaster Goofies were all down at the same time, which then I noticed, I was like, what are they doing over there? I was looking at Mermaid, and they were putting out extra switchbacks, like the rope line.
Yeah, yeah.
Because everything else was closed, that line went to 50 minutes.
That's when you know. That's when you know you're about to have a bad time. Is when Little Mermaid is 50-minute wait.
That's not good.
50 minutes, but then 40 minutes later, they were all back up, and Mermaid was back down to 10.
Right.
So this one is hard.
Yeah.
This one is hard to think of a solution for because I've noticed this so many times that I'm starting to think it's strategic.
Mm-hmm.
And if it isn't strategic, then why is it happening? Is it delayed maintenance? Because if that's the case, then close the ride for a month, do the maintenance it needs, fix it up, make it work, get back to business as usual. But if it's not, then stop because you are literally making everyone miserable. The guest, the poor cast member that has to stand there and tell me that the ride is closed and then also tell me no, he does not know when it will come back online.
Of course not.
Which I would never ask, but I have heard just over. Okay, it's closed. When do you know when it's going to come back? No, I don't. I'm not paid enough to know that.
Minimum of 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that's how long it takes to boot everything up, depending on the ride. So
that one I was the most feisty about, but that's, I mean, honestly, if you have Eric, you have a trip planned, please pay attention.
That's an interesting, that's something I can definitely take with, because if it's still happening that way, that's rough.
I mean, 3 trips ago, I texted Jason. It was the one where I was trying to only spend $20, and I was pissed, and I was like, 5 rides are closed right now. Do you remember that?
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
it was
annoying.
Nuts. It was really, it was really annoying. And so then I spiral and go down the rabbit hole. What am I paying for? Why am I here? Are 5 rides closed at Six Flags right now?
Probably.
Well, somebody's dead, so probably. But.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. It is hard to figure out if the ride is broken. I think rarely the ride is broken. Something weird happened. Mm-hmm. And what is that? Yeah,
isn't that one of those things? If somebody stands up, they have to shut the whole thing down and then reboot the whole thing every time.
Yeah, it is. Well, and then they all have to go through they walk the tracks and stuff beforehand. Right. So maybe something was. But yeah, I mean, so I understand it's not necessarily always the ride is broken. However, it doesn't matter on the receiving end as a guest. You don't care why the thing no worky. Me want work. Me want worky. This thing no worky. Make it happen.
And also in the scenario where you're in these lines where the ride breaks and they're like, oh, ride's closed, you have to leave. It costs them nothing to give you a free fast pass or lightning lane. Like just load it to your phone.
Sure.
I would like to see them do that a little more.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Because I mean, it just shows that they value your time because you've stood in this line for 40 minutes and like Abby and I got on Incredicoaster and it went down as we were sitting. We were locked in. Actually, and they kicked us off the ride.
Oh.
Well, the guy came on the radio and he was like, prepare for a BKG or something. I don't know what, I just made those letters up. And the poor guy, just like, I saw his face just go, like, I think it was like some sort of like random inspection, but the timing was crap. And we had waited in the whole line and we were just about to go on it. And, some sort of a compensation.
Yeah.
And like just anything.
You didn't get anything for that? Like no pass or anything?
I have in the past, but not that time.
That's crazy.
Do you ask for it? I've heard that you have to ask. Like, hey, can I get something
but I'm
for my
not going to
troubles?
ask. I'm a middle-aged white woman. I try to be as uncaring as possible.
Yeah.
Well, and also to the point, they should be offering those things up.
Definitely.
And that's exactly my point. It costs them nothing.
Right.
Right. Especially if you sat down on the ride. Like, come on.
Well,
I
this
was
is-
locked in.
This is where the paper fast passes were great because they had those little,
And they could just toss them out.
they hand them out. But throwing it back to your phone, that's a process. I mean, even if it takes 30 seconds per guest.
And then you have to look and make sure it's there. Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah. So the paper fast pass, they should make a comeback for that kind of thing.
What happened to all of the kiosks that had the paper? Like, what are
probably
those
junk
doing?
now.
They're gone.
They're just because some of them had like special areas and stuff. Like,
So now they're like, I think they might be like sitting areas.
I mean, specifically, I wonder about the one by Haunted Mansion. I would bet that's
Yeah.
maybe some sort of photo.
I think
maybe.
I think it's
Op
a
place
sitting.
or
I
something?
think it's a sitting area. That's the one I'm thinking of
Oh, okay.
because it had like the little like top, the little like veranda thing.
yeah.
Does that mean more benches? Because I think Jason's in.
I'm in.
Apparently.
I'm in, baby. Get me in there.
Number 4 is their reservation system.
Mm.
I have a lot to say about this one because at its core, I don't think this is a bad idea. I just think there are some flaws
I agree.
in their system.
I mean, I've never used it, but I think it sounds like a neat idea.
I think
don't know,
so.
it seems fine to me.
The problem is, I think the interface needs to change somehow to guarantee that when people are buying a ticket, that they're also getting a reservation for the day that they plan to attend. Meaning, like, I think it's like a 2-step system now. I think it needs to be revamped to where, like, you buy the ticket, you put in your dates, and then you have a reservation for that date. It's more complicated than it needs to be. And I have an example. We had some missionaries visiting from India, a husband, wife, 2 kids. And part of their plan while they were here in California was to go visit Disneyland. They had already purchased their tickets. And I asked them what park they were starting in. And their response was they were going to play it by ear. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
no, you're not. What are you talking
No.
about? So I asked about their reservations and they had no idea what I was talking about.
Jeez.
They were
So
just going to show up.
They were just going to show up with that. They had tickets. They didn't have reservations. So I made the reservations for them.
How does that happen? How do you have tickets but no resis?
It happens all the time. There's so
happens
many stories like that.
And this is why you use either concierge or Disneyland fixes their system.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, how,
Or you've got
how
a
would
friend
that
like
happen?
Bev.
Yeah. How would that
Or
happen?
me.
It's because it's kind of in the fine print. It's not. I really like your idea, Bev, of adding it in right there because there are plenty of times where I've bought a ticket and then I haven't made the reservations, and then we get to a point where I'm like, we can't all go to the Magic Kingdom, and then you have to deal with guest services in the park, and they always switch it over for you. That's an insider tip. At Walt Disney World, go to the blue umbrellas. Guest services will do anything for you
Nice.
when it comes to reservations. And yeah, it's tough. It's not very. It's easy to miss, especially if you're not a Disney pro. Jason, you and Jeremy talked about it a lot in the last episode, and he admitted he's a Disney pro, so he feels like he should benefit when that comes in handy. But most people just think, I remember going to Disneyland. Let's just buy some tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And we'll just go there because that's the way it always was until recently. And most people aren't watching this stuff. Most people don't read the fine print. And it's not, I'm trying to think. I mean, there are reminders that you need to buy, you need to make your park reservations when you get tickets, but not everybody's going to read that email. Not everybody's going to notice that message when they get them. It's not the most obvious thing in the world. Oh,
Yeah.
Mike Danner in the chat said that he had to make a reservation when he bought single day tickets. Maybe they made a change.
I think they did. That was announced. I read that headline somewhere.
Okay.
Well, that's
it
good.
shows what I know.
Oh,
And
yeah,
again,
I guess me too.
That's
I've
cool.
got a.
But
I've
that's
got
only
a
for single
annual
day
pass.
tickets. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're multiple day, you're still.
That seems odd to me. I mean, I think overall the reservation system is a good idea because, like we've said before, you can't go to the airport or go on a cruise and
Yeah.
just show up at the berth or whatever and be like, yep, all right, I'm here for my cruise. I'm just going to buy a ticket and go in. You can't do that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's a unique thing that has a limited number of people that it can accommodate at any given time. And you have to fit in with that.
Yeah, I guess what I don't understand is why, and maybe I'm misunderstanding, but why you can't just go like, okay, I'm buying tickets for March 11th through 17th. Done.
That's exactly what I mean. Like, why can't that should be the system?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
so-
You're
why
buying
is
a
there
ticket for a
Right.
date, and then the second you buy those tickets, you have a reservation for that date.
And if
Terrence
you have
said-
to,
Sorry, I'm interjecting here because Terrence just put in the chat that even when he bought multi-day tickets, he was prompted to make reservations immediately. I don't
Okay,
have
well,
that
that's good.
experience personally. I order through our travel portal, so it's more like tell your people to make reservations or make them for them.
well, it sounds like maybe they've fixed or are fixing that problem. So that's good.
Well, I hope so, because that's great. I would also look. This is just me again whining. I would remove that stupid "you can't park hop until after 1 p.m." rule, because
Yeah.
Rumor has it.
that's garbage, hot trash.
Rumor has it that's going away.
Rumor has it it's going away. I've seen many different dates, but it's the same as the rumors about park reservations going away. Everybody's
Yeah.
got a source,
Yeah.
and
That's true.
I don't know what that is.
Well, if either of those go away or both of them go away, it's because of Chapek, not because of Iger. Just everybody remember that.
Well, and I wonder
I don't think that that's true, but okay.
if the reservations go away, I wonder if it's because of what they're doing now. It's like it's not really a reservation, you're buying a ticket for a certain day.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to be able to just walk up to the park
Yeah.
and buy a ticket at the kiosk and
Yeah.
enter the park. I think it's just going to change a certain way and meld how they do it.
And
I
I'm
do
okay
sort of
with-
wonder then how that. Sorry,
That's
I
okay,
do
go
sort of
ahead.
wonder how that would change, because if you're not buying, like if you have a magic key, you're not buying a ticket. So would they keep some sort of system in place for them folks?
I don't know. I sort
don't
of feel
know.
like if you have a magic key, you should be able to go on any of the days that you're paying for.
Yeah, but let's say you have 1,000 magic keys and you have tickets and you have a capacity of 10,000 people. You know all those magic keys aren't going to go. So do you only let 9,000 people through the door just in hopes that all your magic key? Like there's always going to be then a buffer.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like the parks, like before this reservation system, it's not like they ever had to close the doors. Like 3 days a year, they had to shut the doors for capacity. So it's never been an issue before. So why is it such a big deal now?
I think
parks
they're
are
just.
all-
I think it's more planning, maybe just in case, because there is such a pent up demand for the parks now than maybe there wasn't there before.
Yeah.
But that's a good way to, I don't know, eliminate the demand, but in the bad way. Like, I don't necessarily want to go back.
Mm.
I'm kind of, I'm a little
because of this.
discouraged.
Yeah,
I'm just,
okay.
I'm just kind with the whole, I mean, I've never written a list about things that I don't like about Disneyland in my life.
Oh
This
man,
this is a new experience
yeah,
for
it's
me.
kind of freeing. You
So-
should do it a little more often.
Well, it's just, I think it just sort of is a testament to how not just myself, but just how discouraged I think a lot of people are. So I was talking to Sam's cousin at Thanksgiving, and she has a pass and she has a family trip planned,
Mhm.
and they're going for all 4 of their days. And she had a friend, like a girls' trip, but it fell before that trip that was already planned. So she had to buy a ticket because guest services wouldn't allow her to make just one extra reservation for one day with her pass, because you can only carry 4 at a time.
Wait, so
For
she
that
has
particular pass, right?
she has an
Yes.
annual pass and she could only
Yeah,
hold 4
the
reservations.
enchant pass, I guess.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
the same one I had, where you can only have 4 days. You can only hold a reservation for 4 days at a time.
Right.
So until one of those days got used,
You can't do another one.
she could not have another one.
Yeah. Well, that just sounds like a limitation within the system. I don't think the guest services could have done that anyways. It sounds like maybe not. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
you
But yeah,
get
I mean, that
6,
is-
you got to
that
pay
is-
more.
That is dumb. She had to buy.
So she had to buy a
ticket.
ticket. And a pass holder had to buy a ticket.
God.
This
But
is what I mean. Like, this is really
Yeah.
discouraging.
And I do feel that that's sort of like an anomaly, maybe. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, that stinks, man.
Why? Okay,
that's not cool.
Maybe I'm not understanding, but why didn't she go her first day, and after her first day, then make a reservation for that day 5?
Because it was before the
Her
day
girls, so she was going for a bachelorette party.
I'll let Bev explain. Yeah.
And it fell before the family trip.
Okay.
And the family trip was for her and her 3 kids and her husband. And so that's already been reserved. And she didn't want to risk removing one of her reservations to have this one day and then not be able to get that reservation back.
I see.
It's a gamble.
It's
It is.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have taken the gamble because I would have been going to guest service and been like, you're going to let my family go in, but not me
Yeah.
because I can't get a reservation. And I think they would have done something.
Yeah.
I would've
So
taken that risk.
it's so your Sam's cousin didn't try hard enough. That's what Taryn is basically saying.
I'm
Yeah.
victim blaming.
Yeah.
It's,
Way to go.
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that is Bootsy. And we did hear there's like a tweet floating out there from someone who supposedly knows a thing or two that the reservation systems are going to go away. But Chapek had already signed off on it, and that'll happen like later this year, early next year. But there's no way to know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But just know Chapek was talking about getting rid of him. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my last one, which is kind of the saddest,
Oh my
is
gosh.
I titled The Lack of Magic.
Oh, no.
Oh, geez. Look at you.
So
Wow.
I see this a lot. This is a common theme, and I want to know what you experienced.
well, there's things that I've experienced in the past that I no longer experience, and that's sort of what I mean. So
Okay.
for example, as I mentioned, I'm very proud of the fact that I made it to rope drop. So I'm gonna just keep talking about it.
Yeah, that's a big thing for you. Yeah.
It's a
Good job.
It's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
So we made it for rope drop every day.
You didn't go with Terrence that time then.
Correct.
Oh, that's why you
And-
made it.
And the previous trip we took in September, shut up. The previous trip we took in September, I would have made it for rope drop with Terrence's family also if there wasn't a fountain in front of our hotel.
Yeah, if Terrence's family wasn't there. Right. I know what you're saying.
Anyhow. So, and also our trip in September, we basically got there no more than 5 minutes after the park had opened. So 8:05 is when we were
Bev,
getting
I'm
there.
just making a joke. You don't have to defend Terrence or his family.
Shut up. I'm talking.
Okay.
But so this is really silly, but I've
Yeah.
noticed that the cast members don't line Main Street anymore and wave at you with those big dumb hands. You guys
Okay.
remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's apparently not a thing anymore. I mean, I could be wrong, but I basically had 10 days to miss it.
Okay. Each time, yeah.
Each time there was nobody there. I had blinders on, and when I
Okay.
was looking for it,
Yeah, I don't remember that happening super consistently when we were going. I can only recall maybe a handful of times that happening. So maybe
well,
it's
did
not
you
just-
get there early?
Yeah. I mean, we usually try to get there. We used to push real hard.
Yeah.
Now we don't care so much. We don't even go.
That's fair. That's fair. So I put in my notes. I could be wrong. They might still do it periodically. They just maybe I was wrong. Maybe it wasn't something they did all the time. But I haven't seen it once.
Okay.
Okay.
This past trip, I saw a lot of things I'd never seen before. So I went to the ladies' room in DCA, the one right next to Web Slingers, and it was disgusting, like filthy disgusting. Not just the normal diaper poop smell.
Yeah.
I've gotten
Okay.
used to that. That just happens, whatever.
Sure,
but they're
yeah.
always clean.
All right. Okay.
And I'm not just being a Karen, a grouchy white lady either. Like it was foul. Like the feminine
Ooh.
product box that was attached to the wall had been torn off and the contents were spread all over the ground and they had been there for a hot minute.
Jeez.
Okay.
There was no soap in any of the soap dispensers.
Wow.
Just not a restroom experience I have ever had or would expect to have at Disneyland. Like I've said before, like they are charging you a premium to be there. You're paying a lot of money,
yeah.
whether you have a pass, whether you're buying tickets, you're paying a lot. So there are certain standards that I do expect them to live up to. This
Yeah.
they did not hit the mark.
Well, Josh Tomorrow's in the chat, and he says that's called theming, Bev.
Well, Josh Tomorrow,
So-
while handsome, is incorrect.
Yeah. Okay. The other day I called him an Anaheim 6. And I feel like that resonates somehow.
So, okay, and this one isn't nearly as dramatic, but it was weird. I saw a gardener in jeans and like a gray t-shirt, Carhartt t-shirt, dragging a plastic bin, picking up leaves and gardening over by the Haunted Mansion.
Are you sure he was a cast member? Maybe he was just bored.
He was not.
He brought his own bin.
Yeah. He's like,
He was
I'm going to just do this.
He was not a cast member. It was so freaking bizarre.
But he was not a cast member?
He was not a cast. He was like
just
a
a guest.
subcontracted gardener. No.
Oh,
He was
okay.
working.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was behind the lines working. He worked for Disney, but that's not something you see.
No.
Like during working hours.
That's
It
odd.
was
All
I don't like that.
very,
That's
but
very
I
weird.
we were walking and I was like, skirt.
Mhm.
yeah.
That's odd, man.
So there's just like these are the things I'm talking about. These are things that I've never noticed before, and now I'm seeing, and I'm just like, I don't know how to fix that one. I don't know how to fix any of that.
This is all staffing issues. This
Yeah.
is all staffing.
It has to
This
be.
is-
It has to be. And so that's my,
Yeah. They can't find enough staff, which no one can. But then the staff that they're getting, I think, have just gone through 2 years of hell. And on top of that, on top of the pandemic part of it, there's also all of this news about Disney not paying enough. And I don't care
Well,
how
yeah.
much it doesn't matter how much you love the Disney company and how you have wanted to work at that restaurant at Disneyland your entire life and now you're working there. You still see those articles and you still feel like you're not valued at your job.
undervalued.
That you love, right? So
And
it
so-
doesn't and so you're not going to attract more people to come. So you're going to keep the people who are loyal to you because they love the company, right? And they want to work at Disneyland. But you're not going to be attracting all these people to come in and work at this company because you're seeing all these articles about how they don't pay enough, how you have to live in your car if you're going to work at Disneyland. It's just they're in this cycle that they have to break.
And they're not breaking it because, like you said, like they're undervalued, but it's having a trickle effect. And I feel like the trickle effect is going down to their guests, and their guests are feeling undervalued.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, then the solution there is because I'm sure Disney is worried.
We all
if
get
they start-
jobs at Disneyland.
There you go. Take them down from within.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's great. I'm sure the argument against increasing pay is, but what will the shareholders say? Well, if you can prove to the shareholders that guests are upset and link it somehow to pay, we've got. Here's hopeful Eric. We have to be close to a point where some of these large corporations are going to say, fine, just pay them more. Just pay them more and take a few million off of the CEO's salary.
Yep.
If you have to justify it. And then
Which is gross.
Right. And Wall Street is gonna hate it. But if it works, if it brings back the magic, if they can actually hire people, it's not that people don't want to work. It's they're fed up about not getting paid enough.
Yep.
And they have the ability. They just realized, hey, I didn't work for the last 2 years because of this pandemic. Why would I want to go back?
Well, and your point about the gardener, that is I just see them saying like, oh, well, we can hire, cast member, but first of all, they're on a hiring freeze, so maybe not, but it's so much cheaper to just call these guys. Let's just get them in here.
We can outsource to these,
and that's a dangerous slope.
These gentlemen, and they're available to work these hours, and we're just gonna do it.
It's a dangerous slope for our Disneyland.
Yeah, I mean, the pay thing is one we've talked about ad nauseum, and I just don't understand it. I don't understand why Disney wants to try to trim their budget with their employees. I don't get it. I think it's stupid.
They're frontline employees,
Yeah, right.
Essentially the faces of their company.
They should be getting paid way more than they do, and I don't understand why they don't. And as far as like what will the shareholders say, that stock is already trash. I mean, you know what I mean? You can't hurt it much anymore. I mean, you know what I mean? It was almost $200 6-8 months ago, whatever. Do whatever's right. And that's the bad thing about like chasing the stock market as far as if you're the CEO of a company or whatever. I know you're beholden to your shareholders, but at a certain point, the shareholders don't work for you. It's just money. So your stock is worth $50. Who cares? People are happy. It's a good place to work. People will come back. They will see that. People want to come back to the parks. The reputation will be reinstated, because I would argue that the articles coming out in the last, I don't know, year about how Bev saying the magic is gone, sort of echoing a lot of this kind of attitude at the parks. I would wager that is worse for Disney's long-term reputation.
But we're not thinking long term.
I know, and that's the problem. That's the problem with being beholden to your stock price. It's sort of annoying, but and I understand it's not going to change anytime soon. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Give the people what they want. Make it a good place, valuable place to work. You're going to get high quality people. You're going to get a high quality atmosphere, and people are going to go away happy, wanting to go back sooner rather than later.
And people are going to work like, I don't know, like use In-N-Out for an example. They pay their employees really well, because if you get a job at In-N-Out, you know that from the time you clock in to the time you clock out, you're going to work your ass off.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't tell me that Disneyland employees aren't working their ass off.
Yeah.
But they're not being valued, like we've said 1,000 times. I don't know. I just kind of lost my train of thought, but
that's all right.
I'm not even drinking.
It's a lot of things to think.
That was it. Those are my 5. That's what I got.
I mean, I don't think you were wrong on any of them. I mean,
Well,
those are.
I mean, they were all personal experiences.
Sure. That I haven't experienced lately, but I've heard stories, not just yours, and I think it makes me concerned for going back.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, In-N-Out, you can be a cook for $17 an hour starting. But if you work at Disneyland, and you get profit sharing with that too. But if you work at Disneyland and you get to stand in the sun at friggin' Dumbo or something like that,
and 95-degree weather.
Right. And get harassed all the time about when this is going to happen, or my kid can't do this thing or whatever. So you're not only doing your job and maintaining safety and loading people on the ride, but you're also doing customer service.
Yeah. Constantly.
For less money than a guy, literally flipping burgers.
Who gets to talk to his friends and laugh
Hang
and
out.
chill and have fun.
Yeah. It's a stressful environment, but it's not. Yeah, it's just it's wild to me. It's absolutely bizarre, and I don't understand that.
When have you ever walked into an In-N-Out and been like, man, that employee was really grumpy?
Yeah, never.
I can't. That's never happened.
No, never. Money does buy happiness. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah, I know, right? Well, good job, Bev. Sorry that you haven't had such a nice experience lately at Disneyland Park.
It's okay. I have high hopes.
Yeah.
I think they're going to hopefully recognize that they just need to make a few tweaks here and there, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, but don't. Everyone's looking for at Iger to do that. Nothing's going to change. I mean, Iger was never really the champion of cast members to begin with. So
No.
He says he is, but he's not going to do a single thing.
No.
I mean, they're actively negotiating with unions, still, and it's like, that's not going to change. He's not going to give them what they want. There's no need to.
He can't possibly give enough for it to make a positive news story. Like you can give everybody an extra $1 an hour. That's not enough. That's
no.
That's
well,
like,
they want
cool.
What do they want? 15. They want 15 like now.
Well,
but,
I would think that's
but
actually
Disney's
the minimum wage already, but maybe not.
$15 an hour.
Something like that. I read like an article about it. I forget the number.
They're not making $15 an hour.
They're like, Disney's rebuttal is, we'll do that, but in 4 years.
When the cost of living they'll need to make $20 an hour.
It's like $1 a year for 4 years or 3 years or something like that. No, it was 5 years. The union wanted it in 3, and they said it all sounds good, but we'll do it in 5 years instead of 3 years. Wow. It's like, dog, just do it. What is going on?
But then, like,
just pay him
Throw some of that extra money for people paying to ride Rise of the Resistance at them.
Well,
Like,
that all
where's
goes.
where's
that all
that
goes
line
somewhere
item?
else. Yeah, I don't know.
That line item and that amount, where does that money go?
Check the line item for Disney Plus, and
Well,
I
that's
have.
true. Goes
My
into
phone can't calculate that high.
making content.
Well, they must want more because the minimum wage in Anaheim is $15 an hour.
Okay.
In 2023, it's going up to $15.50 an hour. So they must be asking for a little bit more than that, I would hope.
Sure.
Isn't there a thing here where, like, are you guys Contra Costa County?
Oh yeah.
Isn't there a thing where, like, fast food workers want 17?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
Or are about to get 17 or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I mean, I know that the minimum wage going up is like hurting my company. And
see, here you go. This is
happens.
Disney World.
oh,
So
okay.
labor unions in Disney World
Gotcha.
are trying to negotiate for more money.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
There you go.
it's just wild.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here, everybody. What do you think of that? I think it's time.
Sounds good. Thanks, Bev.
okay.
No problem.
Well, hopefully that magic will come back.
I hope so.
It'll be-
I'll look at it in 2 weeks.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that magic, Eric.
Yeah. I'll look at it from afar.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're going to get ready for the secret show. And if you want to be a part of that, you can go to patreon.com/earsup. I have a litany of news, a bunch of news to discuss for the secret show. So we're going to do that. We're going to make a quick drink and we're going to see you over there on Patreon. And anyway, until next time, everybody, we'll see you in the parks.